Hi, it's Just So Trish, and today I want to talk about how to homeschool if you actually don't want to teach your kids. Well, Trish, why would you want to homeschool your kids if you don't want to teach them? That seems kind of counterintuitive. I mean, you brought your kids home. Shouldn't you want to sit there and teach them? I'm not that mom, to be honest with you. And I've had critics in like my personal life as we talked about these things, and I said, I just do not want to sit there and teach my kids. But you homeschool. How can you do that? Well, folks, let me just tell you the secret to homeschooling your kids without teaching them. Curriculum, 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 curriculum. It's really about picking a good curriculum. You don't have to love to teach your kids. You don't have to have a love of, I want to play teacher at home to homeschool your kids. There are so many things available. One of my first and foremost I will tell you is Kathy Duffy Reviews. I will have a link down here in the description. Go check her out. Huge amount of information. Now, she doesn't have an exclusive. She doesn't have everything. There's curriculum that is just not there. That's okay. She's one woman looking at, going through, reviewing, making a comprehensive review for you. So she'll get there eventually. She's been at it for a while. And she even has a whole book on how to do the top picks and what kind of learner your kid is. And I'm a big one, is like, as nice as it is what's going to be great for your kid, let's find something that is actually doable for mom. Because I've had some great curriculums that are overwhelming to me. So you might have a lot of reasons for not wanting to teach your kids. You might be too busy because you have work that you do within the home. You might have little kids. I have little kids. That's probably the main reason I don't want to sit down and spend the time to teach my kids. Some of you have already clicked out. Some of you have left going, this woman is off her rocker. I won't dare listen to her. But for those of you who are still here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I talk a lot like this. So it could also be the fact that you don't feel comfortable teaching your kids, nor you might feel as though you're not capable of that task. Or you might just downright despise it. A little bit. I can't wait to teach high school level science and math. The elementary stuff drives me nuts. I honestly hate teaching reading. Reading is probably the biggest chore I have in the whole homeschool thing. It's just what it is. I don't like it, but I do it. So I do want to tell you, if you find yourself wanting to homeschool, or you've been homeschooling and you dare not tell anybody that you actually hate to teach, you're in good company. You're in good company. I don't homeschool my kids because I want to play teacher. I homeschool my kids because I want them academically prepared for college so they can take on adulting when they get to that age. They know how to be a contributing member of society. And I want to have an awesome relationship with them without any competition from somebody else. Judge me all you want. I don't really care. Seriously, that's why I homeschool. I don't really like to teach. So there's a lot of opportunities. I actually have a family member who has homeschooled her children through elementary and middle school, and she doesn't teach them. She has gone and hired a public school teacher that has left the school system because she was having her own kids and wanted to homeschool. She pays her to coach her children through a computer-based curriculum. She has a place that she uses and she rents from her church. She set it up like a schoolroom. She drops her kids off. She picks her kids up. She's done. That is awesome. I've wished many times that I had that financial end, that I would have taken advantage of that more than once, to be honest with you, but that is not my economic status. There's also the aspect, if you get into a subject you're not really sure how to teach, you can hire a tutor. You can hire a tutor. You're allowed. You don't have to teach everyone. You can join a co-op. There is a program called Classical Conversations. It is amazing. I would love to be part of it. But I have 6 kids. I can't afford that. But if you have 2 or 3 and you're not crazy like me being a breeder, I'm not a breeder, but people say that. People have said that to me. But anyways, I'm not. You can afford to, oh, they're coming. Not right now, I'm making a video. That's how I'll do it. You can go and do classical conversations. It's music, it's art, it's history, it's science, it's some math, English, reading, a little bit of those things. But mostly at home, you would focus on teaching reading, teaching math, how you do it. And remember, you actually don't have to teach that. You can actually join a co-op that has firm teachers. The cool part about Classical Conversations is it's the same thing every year across the country, and there's all these little things set up. Great thing to look into. I don't personally use it, nor am I endorsed by them or anything like that. There are computer programs that will teach your kid. Alpha Omega Publications has Monarch and Switched on Schoolhouse. I have reviewed those. They're great. I'll put a link down there for you if you want to watch it. There's also the aspect of doing a computer-based schooling that has videos that are sent that you can watch them either on the internet or you can watch them in DVD format. Bob Jones does that. Abeka does that. You're not teaching, you're just being the administrator. And I know people who aren't even good with the English language that have come here from other countries that use that successfully because it only, don't quote me, but instead of paying $5,000, they might pay just $1,000 for the year instead of paying $5,000 to a school that you then have to be dressed for and whatever a private school requires. So they do that. There's computer-based learning, like teaching textbooks. I've not used teaching textbooks. It just has not crossed my curriculum path, but I know a lot of parents who do, and they use that because the software goes through the steps of teaching. Other people use Khan Academy. Are you getting my gist here? There's so many options. You just have to look for them. You do not have to teach your kid. I love self-teaching workbooks. Guess what? I don't have to teach my kid. I don't even have to make sure the computer's working because I use a self-teaching workbook. It is not my first type. There's several types. I did a video on that for the no planning, no prepping curriculum down here. I use this. So here it is. Don't let your fear or your dislike, your honest dislike of teaching get in the way of your homeschooling. It doesn't have to. There's so many opportunities. You might work it out. I mean, if you're really in a part where you just don't want to teach a kid, period, you might be able to work it out with other homeschoolers. Like, I'll go clean your house if you will teach my kid to do writing. There's Monday. Check. You can do that. There's nowhere that says you can't. You can co-op. My co-op is I clean your house. Your co-op is you teach my kid. It just comes down to finding the resources to do it for you. So, no, I don't think you have to be sitting right next to your child. But for those of you who love to teach your kids and who love to teach, power to you. We love you. You want to co-op? I'm going to do something awesome for you so you can teach my kid. And I'll make it really worth your while. Somehow, even if I don't have money. Just saying. So anyways, I hope that kind of gets your whatever encouraged. If that encourages you, that you have been scared at the idea of homeschooling. Don't even get me started on the ones that are like, I don't want to be with my kids all day. We're going to talk later. We are. So, I hope that encourages you to start looking into it if this has been your holdup and you are under some disbelief lie that we have to love teaching. There's some of us, hey mamas, will you comment, that don't really like to teach. And I'm not scared to admit it. I like to teach some things, but not everything. I like being a coach. I like being there for advising. I like to buy curriculum that teaches. Just saying. Just so Trish. All right, I'll talk to you later. Peace out.